So this is where we left off on our last video. We set up our server and we built out a route to make our first GET request. So when we hit the right endpoint, which is localhost 3000 / APIs / all, we get back an empty array. So let's create the post route that we're going to need to create a new to-do. So let's leave our comment, post new to-do, just to be really descriptive about what's going on. And we start off with router.post, and inside here give it a route, so / new in this instance. We have to give it a request and result. Open up this arrow func db.todo.create to create a new one, and then we have to put an object inside this create method. So in here we need to pass a text value, and let's give it a rec.body.text. We'll access it from the request.body. Then, after we've done that, so this is promise-based, so after it's done creating that, we'll save the object that's returned back to us as submitted to do, and then we'll just res.send submitted to do. So whatever, if we create a to-do successfully, I'm expecting it just to be returned right back to me so I can see it from my front end, just as kind of like a confirmation. So let's refresh. Let's make a new post request, and oh, I already got this one too. So let's just go over to body. Text is a key I already have in here. So let's give it a new value here. So for value for the text, a brand new to-do. All right, so let's send this off. And it looks like it was successful in creating that to-do. Notice that it gave us an ID here. That's going to be really useful to us. In fact, let's use that right now. All right, so let's create a new comment in here. I'm going to get this, get a to-do by its ID. So just leave a comment, and let's create this new route. It's going to be router.get. It's going to be another GET request, but this endpoint is going to be at find. And I'm going to access this through its parameters. So let's add the :ID here. So now rec res, open up this arrow function, and there's something new we're going to have to learn about sequelize. So let's start off with db.todo again, .find all. So we've used this before, but this time, well, let's just finish this off so I don't forget it, and let's finish that. So we're getting a single to do, so let's leave this like a single to do arrow function, and then send back the to do. But we're not done yet. I got to go back into this find all here because I need to get it by its ID. So let's open up an object in here, say where ID rec dot params dot ID. There we go. All right. So, well, we got to test this. We got to know if it works, right? So first thing, well, let's just get all of our to-dos and send this off. All right, we only have one. Let's try to post it. Let's post another one so we can get, a couple more in here, some variety to play around with. All right, let's just add some random little text in here. This is a second to do. Send this off. Let's just delete some of these other ones I'm not using. Just build them from scratch. They're from old projects. I use a lot of the same endpoints. Okay, so now let's go ahead and paste that URL in here, but let's change it to find, and let's put an ID in here. So, and let's put the 1 for the first one. So again, we should just be getting this guy right here. So let's send a new one. So we have 2. We're getting the first one. Let's send this off. Send, and there you go. That's our single to do. So this is how we can get a single to do. Super useful. Let's get the second one. There we go. All right. So we've made some really good progress. Let's figure out how we can delete it. We'll be using an ID as well. So let's write trajectory here. It's going to be a delete request. So in here, let's give it the path inside quotes, delete. All right. And in here, let's go ahead and open up request, the result, arrow function. It gets repetitive, and that's kind of part of what I like about backend development. So dv.todo, once you know one route, they all kind of follow the same model here. So destroy dot then, and again, I like to finish this off just so I don't forget the dot then hang up my server. So let's finish this arrow function, and I'm not really getting anything back, so let's just send success if I don't get any errors. So inside destroy, let's open up an object. And what am I destroying it by? It should be where, let's open up the object. ID is, let's see, oh, well, you know what I'm just realizing? Let's get a / here and then by ID. Don't forget the colon, there you go. And now we can access it by rec.params.id. Cool, that should work for us. Well, one way to find out, right? We have to test it. So let's get all of our to-dos. Nothing really changed here. Let's post a to-do that's only purpose is just to delete it. So add whatever, it doesn't much matter. It's going to be deleted. All right. There you go. So we added it. Let's, so we got to create a new route here. And this, make sure to change it to a delete request. This needs to be at delete, and that ID, it's going to be the last one. So looks like that's going to be number 3. So make sure that's right. Let's send this off. We got our success message. That's great. And if you look, you can see that it's putting together all those queries. So let's get it. And now we can see that it was deleted. One more thing to do. Now we got to update some stuff. So let's leave a comment here saying that we will edit this to do. And we got to create that route. So it starts off with router. And we're going to use a put request here. So put, go ahead and give us the route.edit. And I'm not going to access this by ID, actually. It's going to be by its rec.body. So let's open up this arrow function here. Use db. And when you use update, actually, it's a little weird because before you see like it kind of fits this pattern. But check this out. It's actually going to take in 2 objects. And let's finish out the .thens just so I don't forget any of this. So then, let's see, we're not getting anything back. So let's just give it like another success message. So res.send, and we'll say success. And let's go back to those 2 objects in there. It's a little interesting. So let's go in here, and the first thing we need to give it is the text that we're updating. So let's give it text, or it's not the text that we're updating, it's whatever value or values we are updating. So in this case, it's text, and we're accessing it by rec.body.text. And then the second object, this is where we have to put in the ID. So it's where, and then we're just going to have open up that object and say ID under rec.body.text. So we're just going to send one object all in one go. And we'll test this with Postman just to see it all in action here. So, all right, looks like it's fitting our pattern. Let's try to format this to make it look a little bit prettier. There we go. All right, let's test our route here. All right. So, looks like nothing really changed in there. Let's get to our post. Let's just create another one here. So just some random text that we're gonna have to edit later. Some typos, simulate typos. Notice it's a unique ID, so it's ID 4 now. It doesn't just fill in 3, so that's good. Now we got to create a new route here in Postman and change it to put. Let's copy this URL right quick and paste it like so. Let's change it to fit our edit route. So edit the text, just whatever you want to fix this text with. Fix the text. Oh, you know what? I can see something here. It's being added as params. I don't want to access the params. I want to be sent in body. So let me just get rid of that. Let's delete this. All right. So now that I'm in body, I've got body selected. Let's start it. Let's start over again. So text. And let's give it a value. So fix the typo. All right, and the ID, it was of ID 4. Let's send this out. Oh, that's an error. So db update is at db update. Wait a second. So db.todo.update. Oops. Got lazy. Hopefully you guys caught that. That'd be cool. Catching the pattern. So now it looks like everything works. So let's get everything back and confirm that we are able to edit. And that is our RESTful API with full CRUD functionality using sequelize, all the good things. So, all right, I hope this helps. I'll see y'all later.